Bucks fans, Wiley Henderson here, play-by-play voice of the Cranbrook Bucks, along with a now veteran member of the Cranbrook Bucks, Sam Hynes. Sam, thanks for joining today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course, happy to have you back. Second go around with the Bucks, looking a lot better this season for the team than maybe the same time when we did the interview last year. So,
Yeah.
just with that in mind, just how's it been this season? Just after going through some of the growing pains last year and just seeing you guys, racking up a bunch of wins.
Yeah, it's nice to kind of come out on the other side this year. Seems like we got a good group of guys, really good off the ice too. We're really close, so I think that helps us out. But yeah, it's really nice, like get some wins, have some success.
And I've noticed too this year, coming back yourself, a lot more size, a lot more speed, a lot more ice time, a lot more highlight reel goal calls. That backhand breakaway, for example, a couple of weeks back. So, your game, from the broadcaster standpoint, it's grown leaps and bounds, and it's been a thrill to watch.
Yeah, thank you. Just try to get faster and stronger this summer, so hopefully it's helping.
It looks, I would have to say it is, and I think the ice time is proof to that pudding. But just how's it felt from your point of view? Do you feel like what I'm seeing is what's happening?
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel a little bigger, a little stronger, maybe a little older. Game slowed down a little bit for me. Not gonna say it feels easier out there, but a little less fast than last year for me. So yeah, I think I'm fitting in a little better this year.
And with that too, obviously being one of the younger guys, but with some more experience, probably a good position to help some of the new recruits. A lot of whom have been, really good chipping in on all aspects of the rink this year. So have you kind of taken that on a little bit more of a kind of leadership role coming back?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think guys just kind of look to the guys that have played here a little bit. Uh, excuse me, sorry. Kind of look to the guys anyways that have been here for a bit for a little bit of guidance. So yeah, definitely I think stepped into that a bit.
So it's been kind of a weird few weeks with the holiday break, back into action, and then another long break with the All-Star game. I guess what have you been doing these last few weeks to kind of keep yourself in game shape?
Yeah, well, we just came off that Christmas break there, so I stayed on the ice over Christmas, skated a little bit back home, but yeah, like we've just been practicing and staying on it. We haven't really stepped off as a team, so that's helped. But yeah, but when we do have time off, just getting away from the rink, hanging out with the guys, trying to get closer as a team.
What's the dynamic been like with the coaches this year? I guess what's kind of the main difference in their approach, just to, the ebbs and flows of the season, when you guys maybe hit a rough patch. Has there been any kind of changes for the coaching staff in that regard?
The coaching, I think it's similar to last year. There's still differences though, obviously. I think he definitely trusts us. We have our systems, and even when it's going bad, I think he trusts that and he trusts us, which is nice. So I think he relies on just us to pull ourselves out of holes. He's been pretty good with us, letting us kind of figure it out this year.
So you guys got it's weird, like it goes by so quick. I always say this, but we got probably about, I think, what, 10 weeks left in the season, if that. So I guess for you, what would you say is kind of the main focus you would like to see the Bucks kind of drive in over these next few weeks heading into the postseason?
I think we just got to start racking up the wins. I think we got some teams that we're kind of chasing or close to in the standings that, the games are kind of more than 2 points, so to speak. So I'm just hoping to see, from us, we just need some wins coming down, really help us, later on in the season when we're looking at playoff matchups and stuff to start getting some games here at the end of January and start of February.
And, this weekend, a good example with the team that you're kind of chasing in the standings. It's been a lot of close games with the Spruce Grove Saints, but they have had the edge in the season series. I guess what's kind of just been the kryptonite there? It seems like you guys match up quite well.
Yeah, I think they're kind of a similar team to us actually in the way that they play. So it's always kind of a tough, chippy game. They've kind of had our number, but I'm hoping we get them twice here coming up. But Yeah, I don't think they're doing anything that's preventing us from winning. I think it's kind of been on us there, those two or those couple losses to them. So I think, if we just play our game, we should be fine for the next one's coming.
Yeah, I need you guys to win that one. Their broadcaster Trevor Miller's been all over me. So,
All right, we got that one for you then.
but aside from that, though, too, an important part of the season. Have you guys started kind of, I guess, eyeing the standings a little bit, or is it just more kind of, nose to the ground, work your way through the season and what happens happens kind of thing?
Yeah, I think we're definitely trying to just stay one game at a time, kind of grind it out. But when you're in a spot like us, pretty good team, you think we're gonna have a good run this year. Like it's hard not to look at the standings, look how the other teams around you are doing. But yeah, just trying to take it one game at a time.
So you've been sort of a Swiss Army knife this season. We've seen you in so many different situations, a lot of different lineup combinations. Who do you say you're meshing with best right now, and who do you like playing with?
I don't know. That's a tough question because yeah, like you said, I've played with a lot of guys this year. I'm kind of
Yeah, you
all
got to
over the
call some
place.
people out now.
I don't know. I got a lot of guys that I like to play with. God, it's hard to just name a few. I don't know. I don't want to sell any guys out like that either. I'll go with because he's my roommate. I'll say I like to play with Matt Gilmore. He's a pretty good guy. He's over
Okay,
here
fair enough.
giving me the thumbs up right now. So
Okay, that was a pretty easy answer. I let you have that one, I guess. But yeah, you can't go wrong with that. And
yeah,
it seems like whoever you're playing with, they're finding chemistry with you, and no matter where you're at in the lineup. So,
yeah.
just shows, I guess, kind of the great future that you have in this league. Still very young.
Thank you, thank you.
So taking a look back, just I guess your journey to the Cranbrook Bucks. We talked about this before, coming out from Alberta. Being one of the younger players in the league last season. Um, I guess just how is last season? How has that kind of shaped you coming in here for 24, 25?
Yeah, I think last season was good. Good learning season for me. Kind of got it was like a time where I could get rid of some habits that were kind of holding me back, and now it was kind of a nice year to like learn and grow so that I can step in this year and next coming years and make an impact. Yeah, but it was definitely a little bit of a shock when I first came in to see the difference in like the pace and stuff. But I think it was a good year to figure it out.
And it's not just you too. Like we're seeing it from Caslow, Jacob Fletcher, a lot of the guys on defense, Malachi Frey having a great year. It's just I guess that experience then it just kind of builds and builds, and yeah, it can lead to something great, especially when there's a good young core.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. We got a good group of returning guys. Work hard, and we got a good group of guys that came in this year. They hopped on board right away, so it's been good.
So I guess with the new Alberta teams, you've been able to kind of get back to the home province a little bit. Finally getting to Brooks, I know not too far from Medicine
Yeah,
Hat. Did you have some family coming out for that one?
yeah, yeah. I have a lot more family and friends around now for sure. Feels nice to go back to Alberta here and there. But yeah, I've had lots of my parents come to lots of games now. They live around Calgary, so they can always come to those Okotoks Brooks games, which is nice to have. Got a lot of friends around those areas too, so it's nice.
Yeah, and it looks like a bit of a rivalry starting to maybe bubble up with the Bandits there.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's some intense games when we're playing them every time.
Yeah, I wasn't able to make the trip obviously for the last road game, but I saw the penalty list on the box score, and it
Yeah.
took me a while to get through that.
Oh yeah, started before the game even got going.
Yeah, yeah, one of those. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a little bit more of that as the season goes along. I love that Rock'em Sock'em stuff, you know that. But
Yeah, it's fun playing
um,
against them.
so moving ahead, it's a team that obviously wants to take that next step in the playoffs. Very good series last year against West Kelowna. And I talked to the captain Bryce Sucro about this at the beginning of the year. It's kind of been a main goal, I guess. Just is what's the mentality going into that, knowing that it's like I don't want to say a second round or a third round or bust, but just that there is pressure for the team to kind of move on a little bit. How do you guys handle that?
Yeah, there's definitely pressure, but I think everybody loves it and everybody wants to go far. So I think it's just only adding to our fire a little bit, making us better, a little bit more motivation at practice. If we don't have we don't have a full game a week or a full weekend of games or we have a weekend off, we're still motivated, because we know we got expectations to live up to.
So I know you now you're in your second year living in Cranbrook for winter, fall, spring. I guess now that you've been around a bit, how are you liking Cranbrook? What are you doing away from the rink? And I know there's always Tuesday movie night.
Yeah, there is always Tuesday movie night. I like Cranbrook. It's a nice city, not too big, not too small. Uh, it's nice out a lot of the time. Gets a little cold here and there, but you can't complain. But yeah, I mean, we're always going to movies. When it's nicer out, we're always usually just doing something outside. It's playing basketball, but it's cold out recently, so it's only Tuesday movie night. But me and Matt here, we watch a movie usually every night, anyway. So
There you go.
we do.
And I guess just some of the community work too. I know that's been something that Ryan and Nathan have wanted to see a lot more of. Have you gotten into kind of any of that, like some of the stick to reading programs, or any of the community initiatives that the Bucks have been doing this year?
Oh yeah, I went out and I read one time to a couple classes, grade 5 and 6, and then grade 3. Me and Matt went out also, and then yeah, just the youth skills. We're out there pretty often.
Mhm.
Usually alternates like every 1 or 2 weeks you're out there, so you're out there pretty often and it's fun. So
Yeah, and you guys are like rock stars to them too. It's
oh
really
yeah,
cool that you guys get out like that.
yeah, oh they love it, so it's awesome.
Sam, we'll start to wind it down a little bit. What I'm doing kind of before we shut it down is a chance to give a shout out to the billets. We already heard a little bit of a shout out to the roommates, so that's out of the way. But who are you guys staying with? And I guess what are they doing to make your stay better?
Yeah, I live with the Pinches, Pam, Chris, got 2 kids, Ethan and Connor. They're great. They include us in their family. They always are asking us if we want to come out, if we want to do something with them. So it's awesome. Make great meals for us. Can't thank them enough. So
All right, and before I let you go, Sam, any messages to get out to the Cranbrook Bucks fans who are going to be watching this weekend and through a long run in the spring?
keep coming to the games. We need more fans.
Yeah, it's better when it's loud in there, hey?
Oh yeah,
No,
so
for
much.
sure. And yeah, we had a pretty good turnout over the winter break. Hopefully, it kind of keeps manifesting like that. With the way you guys are playing, they're obviously missing out if they're not there. So,
Yeah,
yeah, best to come out, get off your butts, and come out to the rink. All right, Sam. Thank you as always. Great to have you back. Huge part of the Cranbrook Bucks future. I know a lot of coaches, Nathan, Lewin, fans, everybody's looking forward to seeing where it goes for you. So, all the best the rest of the way, and yeah, we'll see you at the rink.
yeah. Thank you for having me. See ya.
Of course, Sam Hynes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Bucks fans, Wiley Henderson here, play-by-play voice of the Cranbrook Bucks, joined by one half of the dynamic duo in the Cranbrook crease, Miles Roberts, first-time caller, long-time listener, I'm sure. Miles, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
It's good. It's going into a pretty busy weekend for everybody, so it's yeah, start to kind of get ramped up a little bit here, and you can see in the background the cat's starting to get ramped up a bit too. Um, So, Miles, your first go with the Cranbrook Bucks, coming in pretty much right at the start of the season. So just tell us how it's been for you. Your first, I guess close to over a half season now.
Yeah, it's been a really good experience here. I really like playing in Cranbrook. I think we got a really good group this year, and just looking forward to see what we can keep doing going forward.
Yes, and you know what? The crease is an area where I know the coaches really wanted to see some upgrades from last year, and obviously that's been provided through you and Jaden. I guess just tell us about the dynamic between yourself and Jaden. Splitting the line share of duties this year, and I know it's always better when you have each other's back out there.
Yeah, working with Jaden, my goalie partner, has been really fun, and he's a really good goalie, and it's really good to push each other in practice every day. And our goal is to make each other better and help the team win some games. And I think we've done a good job of that, and gonna keep doing that down the line here, going into playoffs.
So you joined the Bucks, spending, I guess, your entire youth hockey time in kind of the Anaheim system. I guess just tell us about how that came about, your journey kind of from the OC to the Cranbrook area here.
Yeah, so I started playing around 11 years old, and the Ducks had a good program, so I never really had to move, and I was fortunate enough to be able to play a lot when I was younger and get the minutes I needed to kind of develop my game. And I knew I kind of wanted to take hockey somewhere, and I was really fortunate to talk to Coach Ryan Donald this off season, and was able to come play in Cranbrook, which was really awesome. Really happy to be here.
Yeah, and going back to your days with the Anaheim Junior Ducks, a known program all over North America. And you know what? When I was your age growing up, it was almost odd to see a guy coming up from California to play here. But now it's very common and one of the best hockey states in the U.S. Just, I guess, what was it like kind of being part of that, I don't want to say resurgence, but first surge of real good hockey programs coming out of California.
Yeah, it's really cool to see that. There's a lot of good talent in California, and I think it's cool. It's finally getting kind of noticed, and I mean, there's a lot of good players coming out. Like I think on trail, there's two of my best friends, play there, and they're their leading point guys. So I train with them in the summer, and I get to play them. So it's pretty cool to come up here and kind of showcase California a little bit. It's a good hockey place.
And I'm sure you get asked a lot, but how many times have you had to go through the Mighty Ducks movies?
I watched them quite a bit. They're good movies, yeah.
No, I actually, you know what? A couple times a year, I have to go through them at least once. But
Yeah.
D2 or D1, and nobody likes D3 the best.
Probably the first one. Yeah. I watch it on
All
the
right.
bus sometimes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a classic. All right, so going back to the Bucks a little bit here, we'll definitely have some Mighty Ducks talks when I see you in the rink. But going back to the Bucks, having a guy like Nathan Lewin, who's got such a stake in the team, and just his experience, having been in the NHL, playing at that elite level as a goalie, just have you been able to kind of sit under his learning tree and pick up a little bit from him?
Yeah. For sure. He's been tremendous for me and Jaden. I think just we're doing goalie sessions every week, and kind of working on things we need to work on, and working on the mental side of things too. And just it's been really awesome to have him here. I think he's tremendous. Yeah.
And how's the adjustment been for you? I know it's a bit of a different climate up here than close to a Disneylandish area. So how's that been for you? Just adjusting to Rocky Mountain life out here.
I actually really like it. I don't mind the cold at all, but it is definitely a lot different. Had to get some new clothes coming up here. So yeah.
Yeah, probably a lot more flannel than you're used to having in your closet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on. Well, so we're past the All-Star break now. Kind of looking into the playoffs. Bucks looking really good. You mentioned a couple buddies on trail, who is also looking very good, and I guess you've been able to kind of take in that rivalry a little bit through the first few games against each other. Just what's it like being on the ice for those games? Just also knowing the kind of geographical disdain between the two teams, but also having buddies on the other side.
Yeah, they're unbelievably fun games. I mean, it feels like every play matters out there. Every shot, every pass, every power play, everyone's giving their best, and it's pretty cool playing them here. I feel like we get a lot of people there watching, going over there too. We get a lot of people watching. They're really fun games. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously coming into tomorrow's game, 9-game winning streak. You guys are on a 3-game heater too, so a lot up for grabs in this one. I guess not much more that you need to get pumped up for a game like this.
No, not at all. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, story kind of writes itself for that one. And,
Yeah.
the way the last one ended, I'm sure hasn't escaped the memory of you guys. I'm not going to get anybody in trouble or get anybody to slam the call on that non-goal. But
Yeah.
I guess is that still a chip on the shoulder? Does that still kind of rub you guys the wrong way?
I feel like every game we've had against Trail this year has been really, really close, and I think there's games where we've outplayed them and haven't gotten the result we want. And I think it's only a matter of time if we play to our best ability. I think we're going to get the result we want.
The goalie, whether it's you're in the crease or on the bench, you kind of get the best view of the game to kind of see where things are clicking, where maybe things could stand to improve a little bit. If you had to nitpick this year's Bucks, any areas you'd like to see maybe sharpen up a little bit heading into the postseason?
I think for our group here, it's just about imposing our will for 60 straight minutes, every single game. I think the good teams, like the top ranked teams that we've played, such as like maybe a Brooks or Penticton, I think they do a really good job at that. But I also think when we play our game, we fit right up there with those guys, and I think we could play with any team in this league. And so I think for us, we've been doing a really good job at that recently, and it's just keep doing it, keep putting the pressure on, and keep playing Bucks hockey.
If you had to maybe compare your style to somebody in the show now, or is there anybody that you've kind of emulated to maybe help you move your development along? Who would that be?
Growing up, I think I was watching a lot of Jonathan Quick. Um,
Hmm.
Unfortunately, he's kind of one of a kind, so I've kind of tried to develop my own game. But I think the two goalies I look at most are Jonathan Quick and probably Jeremy Swayman on the Bruins.
Yeah, I guess you had a few looks at J.S. Giguere growing up too, hey?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I gotta ask too, what's the dynamic like there? Like, is it a big divide between Ducks and Kings fans, or is there like kind of a blend there, or what's that rivalry looking like from the outside looking in? I kind of want to know out of curiosity.
I feel like it's pretty serious. I mean, um, I've been to a couple Ducks Kings games, and they get pretty heated up in the stands. Actually,
Mhm.
it's a good rivalry. Like, I'm actually a Kings fan.
Mhm.
I was watching the Kings when they were winning back in 2012 and 2014, and
Right.
so I kind of always been a Kings fan. But I lived in Orange County, so I had to play for the Ducks. But so I honestly kind of like both teams. But I mean, it is a rivalry for sure. Like,
Mhm.
it's, yeah,
Yeah, no, I always go back to the Kings. I watched them during the Wayne Gretzky, Luke Robitaille days. So those were
yeah,
always fun teams to watch. Seeing Gretzky break Gordie Howe's record against my Canucks. So yeah, no, a lot of good times watching those old teams. And it's weird thinking like I never thought that would get eclipsed, but it looks like Obi's going to actually beat him out.
yeah. I can't believe he's 20 goals away. I think. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, 20, I believe it is at this point. For anybody watching, we are recording this on January 30th. Um, so no, no, that's cool. And again, I think that rivalry and just the emergence of the Ducks, those Stanley Cup teams in both markets. I guess that has a bit to do maybe with some of the popularity that we're seeing in hockey in that state.
yeah, for sure. I think they do a good job marketing it down there, and I feel like when the Ducks and Kings used to be very strong teams in the NHL, and I think a lot of people were watching and like hockey's a cool sport. I want to try this. I want to play. And then you got the Junior Kings, Junior Ducks, Junior Sharks, Junior Goals even in San Diego. So a lot of kids want to play, and it's good. You got a lot of hockey around there to watch for sure.
Looking back up north, you've been here a minute now. How are you liking Cranbrook? Where are you getting up to when you're away from the rink?
We've been spending a lot of time kind of inside right now because it's kind of cold.
Yeah.
But a couple of the guys, we go see some movies sometimes, going out for lunch. And honestly, I kind of spend most of my day at the rink, try to get the most out of my days here. So nothing too crazy exciting outside of the rink, but just spending time with the billets and just hanging out, enjoying life, really.
Actually segues nicely into my next question regarding the Billets, a big part of the organization, kind of unsung heroes. They do a lot to really help you guys out. Just a chance to shout them out. Who are you staying with, and what are they doing to make your stay better?
I'm staying with Karen and Dana Fox, and they've been awesome, unbelievable billets. They make great food, and they got all the resources I need here to perform and be a good hockey player. So I'm super grateful for them.
And lastly, playoff push coming up for you guys. Any messages for the fans out there that are watching heading into a busy weekend?
We're coming for it. We're gonna be good. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Miles. That's Miles Roberts, Cranbrook Bucks goaltender.